Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Commodity TV here at the Precious Metal Show at Metallmesse in Munich. And with me here is now Ryan King from Calibre Mining, and he's the Vice President of Corporate Development. And we want to talk about this terrific gold producer out of Nicaragua.
Excellent.
Ryan,
thank you very much for having me.
Great to see you. Yeah,
great.
Fantastic that you are here. Gold producer, Calibre Mining. Maybe give us a short take on the company, a short overview.
Sure, yeah. Calibre Mining is an exciting new production company. So we were an explorer for 10 years in Calibre, in Nicaragua. We've recently acquired 2 producing gold mines in Nicaragua from B2 Gold. B2 Gold now is our largest shareholder at 30%. So we've got 2 assets that produce gold, one the La Libertad mine and the El Limon mine. And actually the assets are going through a bit of a transformation. They're going from some lower grade material now to some new higher grade open pit gold zones. So very exciting to be a part of this. And we see a lot of exploration upside there.
Fantastic. Let's come to 2019. How was the year for you? How many ounces did you produce? What were the all-in sustaining costs, meaning profitable? What's going on? Some numbers, please.
Yeah, so interestingly enough, we just closed the deal with B2 Gold on October the 15th, so very recently. Our stock has been halted for about 4 months. We went out and raised $100 million Canadian to acquire these mines. So we paid cash and shares. Again, B2 Gold being our largest shareholder at 30%. So the first half of the year, they were higher cost operations. I think the all-in sustaining cost at both of the operations was over $1,450 an ounce.
Okay.
But as I was mentioning to you earlier, they're going through a transformation. So in Q2, at the El Limon mine, for example, they were mining some lower grade material and pre-stripping a new high-grade open pit. So their cost was higher because they were pre-stripping.
Yep.
So their cost, I think, in that quarter was $1,600 an ounce.
Which is quite normal when you pre-strip.
Right, and they only produced 11,000 ounces in that quarter. But then compare that to Q3. Q3, their all-in sustaining costs were $945 an ounce, and they increased production 79% to 21,000 ounces for the quarter. So again, these mines are really going through a bit of a transformation, particularly El Limon. You know, they're now mining this very high grade open pit that's only 250 meters away from their mill. We'll be following up and mining this new El Limon vein structure. We think there's great exploration potential on strike to the northwest and down plunge as well. I think one of the last drill holes actually at the Limon vein structure underneath the bottom of the pit was 10 grams per ton gold over 20 meters.
Wow.
So exciting times.
That's really exciting, absolutely. Okay, let's move directly to 2020 because this would be like the first full year, the first full consolidated year. What are your targets? What do you want to achieve? I mean, we cannot give a guidance by now, but let's say, what do you want to achieve?
So 2020, as you mentioned, is our first full year. It's an exciting time for Calibre Mining. So we've already embarked on a drill program at the El Limon gold mine. So our initial program is going to be about 7,000 meters testing the down plunge extensions and along strike extensions of this new high-grade open pit vein structure. At the La Libertad mine, we're probably going to be spending between $8 and $10 million there, between 25 and 30,000 meters of drilling all around the mill and the mine, because we think there's an incredible opportunity to expand there, make new discoveries, expand resources. So 2020 is going to be a very drill-heavy year for Calibre. We're going to be spending almost $12 million, a little over $12 million drilling at both the sites and one of our development stage projects. We've guided for 32 to 35,000 ounces just for this partial period from October the 15th to the December 31st. We'll come out with guidance in December for 2020, but for us it's really about execution. You know, it's really about putting out our forecasts, delivering on the cost and the production. That's what we can control. We can't control the gold price.
No, nobody can do that.
But what we can control is the people that we have on the sites, the assets themselves, and where our cost structure is. We have a good sense of that. So again, December we'll come out with the guidance for 2020. So a little bit earlier than some. Just because we're really getting an understanding of what these assets can do. So I'm really excited about that opportunity. So it's delivering, it's focus, and a lot of drilling at the assets.
Okay, super, perfect. So let's assume everything goes the right way, how you wanted it. 2020 will be a big success in production, and you can really move it like this on. Would you pay some dividends in the future?
Yeah, this is a really good question. Our last company that we put together was called New Market Gold. And Newmarket Gold was a similar situation. We acquired 3 producing gold mines that hadn't had a lot of exploration capital spent on them. We spent over $20 million drilling, and we discovered a mine called Fosterville, very high grade underground gold mine. We actually decided to merge the company with Kirkland Lake Gold. Kirkland Lake Gold, I stuck around at Kirkland Lake Gold for 9 or 10 months after we closed the deal with Newmarket. And in the first quarter, we decided to pay a dividend to shareholders because we saw incredible opportunity to generate cash, very low cost, and expand production. For Calibre, it's a little early to tell. Do we see that down the road? Potentially. In 2020, I don't think so, largely due to the fact we're very growth focused. We're focused on extending mine life, building resources and reserves. When the time is right, that's definitely something the board will consider. However, we'd like to get ourselves to be, first and foremost, it's focus and execution on these assets. We're trading at about 1/3 or 1/4 the value at our peer average. So if we can focus, if we can deliver exactly like we said we're going to do, I think just doing that alone, we should start to re-rate closer to the peer average. At that point in time, it might make sense for us to look at growing the business, look at using some of the cash and our shares to maybe acquire another asset in South America or North America, something that makes sense.
Yeah, you have the expertise, of course, also, right? Super. What would be, let's say, a foreseeable mine life for those 2 mines?
Yeah, so right now, I think the Limon gold mine, this high-grade open pit structure, has added a lot of mine life. I think we're probably close to 8 to 10 years in reserves and resources, assuming that all the resources convert to reserves. La Libertad is a different story. So in our analysis of La Libertad, we saw about 18 to 24 months of mine life in front of it. It's only 2 years, right? We have a development stage project called Pavon, which is close enough by that we could truck ore potentially down to Libertad. So you're looking at now 2 to 3 years of mine life in front of it. And although it doesn't have a lot of reserves, we have 170,000 ounces of indicated resources, 450,000 ounces of inferred resources. So there's a good probability that we'll be able to convert some of those resources to reserves, but also because we're spending so much money on drilling some excellent gold and soil anomalies, some targets right near the mill, we believe if we make a discovery and then of course expand resources, that we could extend that mine life out significantly.
Fantastic. Maybe one word on Nicaragua. How is it these days to work in there?
Sure, yeah. So B2 Gold started working in Nicaragua. Actually, these assets, Limon and La Libertad, were the 2 assets that spawned B2 Gold. B2 Gold got in there in 2009. They've spent a lot of money on those assets. They've done a fantastic job socially, government relations, and on the assets. And they've been operating there for 10 years, no issues at all. Same with Calibre. Calibre's been an exploration company in country for 10 years. Great mining legislation there. You follow the rules, you do proper EIA work, you do proper public consultation, and you get the permits you need to whether it be drill or actually mine. So the jurisdiction, I believe, is a good jurisdiction for mining. They want to see foreign investment. Actually, in fact, over the last 10 years, it's been one of the fastest growing economies in Central America. One of the lowest crime rates in Central America. And so we sat down a couple of weeks ago with the Minister of Mines and Energy just to introduce him to this opportunity, what we're doing, why we're spending so much money on the assets. And he said, you know, one of the things about our country is that we're working hard on infrastructure build-out. He said in 2008, 50% of the homes, businesses and communities in Nicaragua had grid power. Today, he said 96% have grid power to their homes and businesses.
So great development.
I think they're doing a lot of work to build out the infrastructure and encourage foreign investment into the country.
Yeah, super, perfect. Ryan, thank you very much. It was a super great insight.
Excellent.
I really like it. And knock on wood for next year. We want to see you on full production, commercial production, hit it hard, and really make the thing great and profitable production and get your shareholders finally some dividends.
Yes, in time. We're excited about that. Thank you.
Great, thank you very much.
Sean.
Fantastic.
Right.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it was Ryan King, Vice President Corporate Development from Calibre Mining. And you heard it. They just closed the deals this year. And now those 2 mines are really going into production here. And in production, of course, but next year will be the year where now the real start, the big commercial start is going on. And well, that is so far in the history a lot of hell of a good job with new market, for example. And I think this team is really shown in the past that they are able to really successfully produce and really to handle gold mines. And I like the fact, again, dividends are key because this is the new interest. So check out Calibre Mining. Thanks for watching us, and bye-bye from Munich.